Hey guys, Ash here coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. Welcome to the video, guys. Glad to have you here. Hey, thank you so much. I'm a couple days late here, but thank you so much for 10,000 subscribers here on the Champion Guide channel. Honestly, we've gotten a lot of subscribers on a lot of YouTube channels. I have 5 active YouTube channels right now over the years. But getting to these, like this, I'm not a big milestones guy, but getting to the first milestone of 10K, it means more than even like higher ones in a weird way, because I guess, I don't know, maybe it's very corny to say it like this, but like, I guess it proves that I can still make another YouTube channel. Anyway, guys, welcome to the video. Would you believe me that Arbiter, who's going to be the topic of today's video, Arbiter, who I've never done a guide on personally, even on my main channel, she's a fairly easy champion to build, which is the good news. It won't be a long video, but we will have some fun in the arena using her. But do not be mistaken, she's not just an arena champion either. But Arbiter is so popular. She is the most popular. She's probably the most mentioned champion in every lore story of Raid Shadow Legends characters, but she doesn't have her own. Isn't that weird? So she's kind of like the Arbiter, aka the gatekeeper, or the queen of all champions in Telaria, which is the world Raid is set in. Anyway, we get a lot of requests for her. I'm just going to show you a few of them here. Victor says, how about Arbiter? Haikatoon is coming up soon, by the way. Deepak, who wants Arbiter, he just pulled her. Congratulations. Pulling Arbiter is awesome, because then you can slack on the missions like I did, and then you'll never get Ramen 2 Drake Blood like I have. So I guess don't be an idiot like yours truly, guys. Do your Arbiter missions, even if you're lucky and you pull Arbiter, okay? Ryan says, awesome reviews. I pulled an Arbiter and a Demitha on 2 Void Shards. Congratulations, my man. Congratulations. Peter Vankus says, please, the guy in Arbiter would be cool. Just got her today. I could keep going on and on. Dozens, if not close to 100 Arbiter requests. So let's go ahead and talk about her. So obviously you get her from the missions in the game. And this is, for a lot of players, it's a massive accomplishment, right? Because it takes a while of grinding, unless you're lucky enough to pull her. It takes a while to get your hands on good old Arbiter, right? But there she is in all her glory. And once you get her, you really have an incredible tool at your disposal, not just for progression, a great reviver and turn meter booster, and in basically every dungeon in the game. Void affinities, you don't have to worry about like negative affinity matchups or anything like that. Great base stats, you know, 21k, 1100, and 110 speed. But you also have a way to actually more expediently farm your great haul, because she's really the queen of arena aura leads on go first teams inside the game. You may have heard the rumors that go first teams are kind of yesterday's news and it's all about go second in the game right now. But I would tend to argue that point. I would still run a go first team. As a matter of fact, I do on my mini account. I still run a go first speed team, even though there's UDKs everywhere and, you know, Stone Skin. I just try to bring an extra buff remover against those particular teams. In my case, I run a Prince Kaimar and I run a Madam Ceres on the same team. They both have abilities that remove buffs. But either way, even if I didn't have 2 of those buff removers, I would still go first, and I'd try to work around those really tanky go second Stone Skin teams. Either way, guys, what does she do? What does Arbiter do? On the A1, she brings the big version of Weaken, 50% chance on each hit. That's actually a fairly dependable land rate. This ability, this A1, is often overlooked, and it's what gives her a little bit of viability and versatility on Clan Boss as well, bringing that Weaken if you already have a decreased defense champion. So this is nice to have. Obviously, it does require accuracy on her A1 and her A2. You see a lot of players forego accuracy on Arbiter, just trying to build her as fast as humanly possible when she's specializing in the arena. I like to try to get a little accuracy on her, though, because you're leaving some really good abilities off the table if you choose not to. And what do I have right now? So I have 233, 243, which is honestly enough to land more than you'd think, you know, unless they have high resistance. Usually I can pull off the A2, which is even more important. So the A2 Enforced Humility is a 4-turn cooldown attacks all enemies 1 time, has a 100% chance of decreasing the duration of all enemy buffs by 1 turn. This makes her instantly great for Hydra Clan Boss, removing those buffs. And even though it's only 1 turn, you know, reduction, it can be all you need in a lot of cases, even in the arena. So it's nice to have. I'm not building Arbiter like a Madam Ceres, who I previously mentioned, with like 700, 800 accuracy. This is not her main feature, but it's a nice bonus feature of her kit. And again, incredibly helpful in dungeons as well. Mentor of Heroes is her amazing ability, right? Plays an increased attack buff on all allies for 2 turns and fills their turn meter by 30%. Also a heal if they have less than 50% HP, a good heal at that as well. Again, that heal and the turn meter boost, well, and the increased attack, it makes her amazing for Hydra Clan Boss. I want to make sure I state that a couple times because I think a lot of people sleep on Arbiter in other areas of the game, not just Arena. But of course, it's also the quintessential Arena opening ability, setting up your nuker to not just go faster, but to bring that incredibly valuable increased attack buff to the table as well. It's a great ability on a 3-turn cooldown, and that turn meter increase on all allies by 30% is so strong. There's only a couple champions in the game who have it. We get like a Seeker, we have a Necmo Thar, Arbiter, especially on that 3-turn cooldown. Doomscreech of all champions, right? So it's a great ability, great ability. Then we have Destiny's Call. This is her revival. It's an AoE revive with 35% HP, and then fills a turn meter of all allies by 20%. It's not a strong revive at all, right? 35% HP and no turn meter, or 20% turn meter fill is not that great, but you can use this ability without reviving. Okay, so even if nobody's dead and you just need that extra turn meter boost to make sure that you're not cut in line by the enemy team, you can go ahead and use that, and you've got a back-to-back turn meter, which is amazing. Moreover, if you do revive an ally with this ability, she's going to grant an extra turn. Oftentimes, you can revive, get the 20% turn meter boost, and come right back in with another 30% turn meter boost. Not to mention, she's bringing speed in arena battles by 30%. Again, this is like a 10-way tie, I don't know, for the second best arena aura in the game. We have champions like Lord Shazar with a 32% in the arena, but this is close to as good as it gets. So in a great arena aura lead for your team as well. For masteries on this champion, we built, so this is an old mastery build here, but I'm pretty happy with it. I'm looking at it quickly. I would make a couple changes. So you have a decision to make on the support side. I want to be very clear here. I always say never just carbon copy masteries from any YouTube channel, any website. Don't do it, man. Think about what makes sense for you, right? But with that said, you have a decision. You can boost up or heal, which I would definitely do. I would go with Steadfast, with Lay on Hands, probably even Healing Savior. I would go in this direction, go with Merciful Aid for PvE content, right? And it's not the end of the world for the arena either. But as I said earlier, I want to take advantage of that A2, so I wanted to get a little bit extra accuracy. I've just started using my Arbiter on one of my Hydra Clan Boss teams, and I wanted to get that as close to 300, the accuracy, as possible. So we went with the support accuracy masteries instead. I do notice that we have a rapid response on Arbiter, and I hate to say this, it's kind of embarrassing, but I don't think I love rapid response on her. Increased attack is the only buff that she's bringing to the table, so she's going to get a little bit of a turn meter boost here, but I think I'd rather have Resurgent on her, actually, if I look at this build. So another reason not to carbon copy masteries is because, you know, the YouTuber or whoever you're watching could have made a mistake, or it could be an old build they no longer, you know, stand by. So pretend you're not seeing that over there, and pretend you're seeing this instead. I think Resurgent's a more powerful arena mastery for her, especially given her kit. Now, Lore of Steel is going to benefit almost every Arbiter because the most common artifact build for Arbiter is a triple speed set, okay? Speed is king on Arbiter. We went down, we picked up Resistance on Unshakable. I think that's a fine option. However, you could also go with Timely Intervention. I think that would be the other common option for Arbiter. Increases champions' turn meter by 20% whenever an ally hero drops below 25% HP, which is particularly helpful given that heal that she has on that A3. So I think the Timely Intervention is equally as viable an option on Arbiter for a tier 6 mastery. All right, guys, let's go ahead and talk about her artifacts. Again, she's an easy champion to build, guys. I went Resistance on the banner here, but moreover, I was looking for speed, right? So triple speed on the banner. I went with some survivability on the other accessories. Defense or HP is fine. I went with speed, and really, Arbiter should probably be your first priority. The first thing you should do when it comes to Artifact Ascension is go to all your speed boots that are part of a speed artifact set and then ascend them till you can find some speed rolls. Hopefully you get good luck and you get a few speed boots in a speed set, because that is the speed trifecta, if you will. So speed on the boots is going to be a must. We have, again, just look at this, a flat stat. Always roll up your speed artifacts, because I got a triple speed roll on a flat stat piece of gear. I'll take it. I'll take it, you know? We have speed here. As we're just looking for speed. Again, survivability is fine on the gauntlets. HP or defense is great. But again, even if you have to go with a flat stat to get that speed up, it's better. You might be saying, Ash, I thought you were like super endgame. What's up with all these double rolls? Don't you have any speed gear better than that? Actually, I do. I used to have my Arbiter really close to 400. I think she was 395. If I want to be accurate, I should say. But I recently muled over some of her best speed gear to give to Yumeko, because in live arena, I really needed Yumeko to be super fast. So now I have some of my best speed gear kind of split. So I have her at 343, which truthfully, I'd rather have her to be around like 370 speed. Anyway, I digress. Back to Arbiter. So Arbiter, again, an incredible champion, and speed is the #1 priority, because we want to ensure that she is always going first in the arena. So let's go ahead and have some fun in the arena, guys. Let's get this team out of here. I was actually running this team on the Mistrider Dathi guide that I did probably, 4 videos ago or so here. And I really like this team. The one thing is we do interrupt the stuns the sleeps as you just saw there, which is kind of a bummer. You can see decreased duration of all those debuffs, guys. It worked beautifully, right? It worked beautifully. Now, block damage is on the enemy team, so I think we can just poke at him. Nothing's going to happen anyway, right? But anyway, so what's most important about this team? Let's talk about it, right? So #1 is that we have the right roles on this team, right? So Mistrider Dathi is not fast enough, right, to go against a squad like this. He's actually really slow. I think he's around 200 speed, right? However, we have somebody interrupting the enemy team, putting the sleep debuff on them. Kaimar is really fast. Kaimar's speed is actually going to be, within 30% of Arbiter's speed. That way he can't get cut in line unless we're going against like a jealousy passive of an Arbiter on the other team, right? So basically our turn meter booster or our CC champion, in this case our CC champion that goes after Arbiter, needs to be within 30% speed of her total speed. That way they can go, and in this case, apply that, hopefully I can kill everybody here. There we go. We killed enough of them. Got a little dicey there for a second on this squad. Let's come in there with a big nuke. But hopefully you guys understood what I was saying there. Duchess, don't revive everybody. Don't ruin my video. Hopefully you get what I was saying there. It's important to have your team speed tuned, meaning that we don't want the enemy to ever be cutting us in line, essentially, okay? So that's the most important thing when you're running an Arbiter team. Let me go ahead and show you. Well, I can just keep... These teams look easy enough to keep this squad in here. We have Dirindil as our nuker on this team. He's really grown on me. A very fun, epic Force Affinity champion if you're looking for one. So again, Kaimar goes second. He's going to come in there, put everybody to sleep, thus allowing the rest of my team time to kind of catch up here. We have 3 champions sleeping right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and poke at Errol here. And look at this with 1 HP left. That's not cool. We're going to poke at him again with single target abilities, which is really nice. We can wait for them to wake up, and check this out, guys. We've come all the way back, and this will happen a lot with Arbiter. She'll lap the entire enemy team. She'll lap some of your own champions at times, but we get an additional turn meter boost. We get another turn meter boost here, and this is the team that just doesn't stop going, right? This doesn't stop going. A big nuke comes in there for Rhonda, but we're not scared. We're going to go ahead and counterattack Retribution. Again, we're going to go with another turn meter boost, man. Here we go. Let's go ahead and self-buff here, just for the heck of it. Refresh our buffs, and then come in here, take care of their nuker, right? And we get an extra turn, man. This guy, Mistrider Dathi, is a lot of fun. A lot of fun, this champion. Here we go in again. Let's just go with the A3 here, and sayonara. So really cool team. Let me go against a better team, and let's go with our main squad here. So as I was saying earlier, this is the team that I use currently, as my go first team du jour. So it is a Trunda and a Madame Ceres. As I mentioned earlier, it's really smart to go with Orion the Conjurer and a Madame Ceres on the same team. I know it sounds quite redundant, but one's bringing weaken, one's bringing decreased attack and decreased defense to the table if you have both those champions. But moreover, you get 2 shots. I've said moreover like 4 times in this video. That's weird. But anyway, you get 2 shots. 2 shots at removing Stone Skin, which is really, really important, cannot be overstated. And why can't I find Madame Ceres? There she is. All right, so we're going to go in here and just make sure that we prioritize Midnight Ritual in case I leave things on auto. It's going to be first choice and opener. And then Trunda, we're going to open with and first choice on Forge Rhythm. On Trunda, I go opener, first choice, Forge Rhythm in the arena. It's not always the case, but 90% of the time for me, that's a better option. And then I go with the A2 opener and first choice and Hydra Clan Boss for Trunda. Anyway, this is the team, and let me try to find a more OP team here. Low team power. Let's go with, well, this is a good one. This is going to be a good example. We might not win, but you're going to see, I'll go against both these squads here before we end the video. This is what I'm talking about with 2 buff removers on the squad, right? We're going against Stone Skin 100% on this team. There it is on UDK. Going to come in here and get 2 chances at removing it. Now, we got it on the first try. Beautiful. Madame Ceres goes. She doesn't wake anybody up. She just applies the debuffs, sets up Trunda, and sayonara. Boom. Done. And that is how you speed farm the arena, and that's how you can get around. You might not have 2 buff removers to pair with an Arbiter right now. All you need is a nuker. You can use Genbo, you can use Magnar, there's plenty of great nukers in this game. And look at that, we get turned into a sheep. This is trouble right here, guys. This is trouble. Maybe not. Maybe not. Boom. Not trouble. I take it back. Although Candyman is always a threat. What I want to do here is, it's a risky move, but look at that turn meter. I want to turn meter boost my team instead. I want to come in here with Trick and Treats. My poor little sheep, Kaimar. All right, we're going to go in with just the A1, actually. Ooh, so close. So close. I didn't want to land a weak hit on the A2. So we get it done there as well. And that's how, even against Stone Skin, you can run an Arbiter team lead. Just invest in buff removers, right? And have 2 of them on the team, and you get 2 50-50 shots at removing that Stone Skin. And you can it will still yield great results for you guys. Guys, listen, Arbiter is an amazing champion. She represents really a changing of the tide of your account. Not to overstate it, but you are probably moving from the mid game to the end game if you unlock Arbiter from your missions, because you beat the game. You beat the missions in the game. So, well, at least half of them. Now you got Ramen 2 to go after. But it's certainly a big milestone. So congratulations if you pulled it from a shard or if you actually unlocked your Arbiter, and that's why you're watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this guide. I wish I had lore for you guys, but I don't. I guess that's going to do it. Thank you for watching, and as always, take care, guys.